through, like we went to a different angle.
We looped around it.
Yeah.
This section is talking about the history of cremation. Part of me just wants to be cremated, just get it over with. And I'm like, what if 1,000 years in the future they can like bring you back, but they just need a little bit of tissue, you know? And there's none left. I can't make YouTube videos in the year 3000. So I don't know, it's still up in the air. I want to be able to see the Michael Jordan of the year 3000. I want to see the Kevon Looney that gets drafted in the year 3023. Bring me back. Look, there's folks outside. Peeping Toms. This is the casket lid of Jane Pittman, the first woman cremated in the United States. And the second person cremated in the Lemoyne Crematory. Lemoyne is the name of an area in Red Dead Redemption 2. I wonder if they got any inspiration from some of this history. And I guess people used to actually go witness the cremations. I don't know if they were scared of witchcraft or zombies or what, or if it was just a sign of respect. Who knows? But there was controversy surrounding cremation. Some people thought it was barbaric. Actually, over here, it gives me a rundown. So this guy, De Palme, when he was to be cremated, they invited a ton of like medical professionals to witness it because they were advocating for cremation. So his cremation was sort of used as this exhibition of the cremation process. And they actually have some remains of him. Baron Joseph Henry Louis de Palme, right here. This was a big moment in the entire process of cremation. Of course, you need the Lego crematory. Let's see if we can get to cremating.
That's what I did.
Alright, we're gonna have to put the body on ice. I'm not gonna be able to get this cremation done today. Alright, put him on ice. Afterburner. What is this, Top Gun? Throat hair. So once you're burned, they'll use those tools to scrape you out. And the history of cremation runs deep, huh? We back in cremation here. The history of the urn. These containers where your ashes would go. Not earn like this knuckle sandwich that you're earning. You know, talking to me that way. How cool. Some of these are beautiful. Everybody has their own ways of dealing with the dead, and one of those is you can take the ashes from your beloved and turn it into a painting out of the ash. Like they use the ash. Kind of cool.
Seen these ones more, the pendants with the ash mixed into glass.
Yeah. Part of me wants to be cremated just because it's kind of like telling your family, hey, put me on display for the rest of the time. I want to be right there on the mantle forever.
I'm hoping I can get shot to the sun and cremated that way. You know, come on, space travel.
Cremated via sun? That'd be cool.
So maybe.
I thought this was the bad guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit for a second. You can also turn yourself into a diamond or jewelry, or be a living urn. I heard about this. They can plant you and you turn into a tree, and then you're stuck in tree form forever, and it is agony. Grow tree legs. This is believed to be the oldest restored hearse in the country, possibly the world. Did you say the world or the country?
Country, I think.
You may. And being in Houston, this is the closest I've ever been to New Orleans. Although I want to go super bad. Yeah, when I go, put me in one of these. We're putting you in a trash bag and dragging you out to the curb. Yeah, when I go, put me in one of these. We're putting you in a trash bag, dragging you out back.
Florida.
Why is my name Florida?
Florida's the name of a state.
I love the history of the Pope Mobile. It's so silly to me. I like it. What's my favorite one? 1982. That's the best one. They have a whole section about like the Pope and the ceremony surrounding the Pope and sainthood, the making of a saint. You know? Walked around the corner, bumped right into some popes. I don't know if this is a permanent display, this might be temporary, but they have a whole bunch of history of the popes, the ceremonies surrounding the popes, the deaths of the popes and how they deal with that. Got the different zucchettos and what each color signifies. You're not part of the display. That is. Got the Pope of Peace during World War I. Got stuff about the election of the popes. Got some of their shoes. I definitely like the title, Gentleman of His Holiness. That's a familiar face. Encased in glass, it definitely reminds me of the Pope Mobile. And we stumbled onto a Pope funeral. They have the silver hammer here. They no longer do it, but it used to be tradition that they would take a hammer and strike the Pope in the head. And it was part of the ritual to make sure that he was dead, he was gone, he wasn't coming back. That's a pretty good way to do it, but now they just cover his face with a cloth. The tradition has changed. No more striking popes in the head with a hammer. So thousands and thousands of people would line up to see a guy on a slab in fancy clothes.
Like all the colors, the different fabrics, like it's like, oh.
If I was a part of this ceremony at all, I'd want to be the hammer guy. Jesus Cristo himself. A lot of cool artifacts. I like these displays. Not the biggest fan in the world, but what is this? Oh,
A apple coffin, so like the first layer. That's where it was actually in, and then the next one. So, but
these are cool. These mourning badges. This section, thanks for the memories, is dedicated to people in pop culture. A lot of different mementos and things. Moses Malone. R.I.P. to the GOAT, Billy Mays. But wait, there's more. We did a video at the San Diego Sports Arena, which is where John Wooden's last game happened. It was a championship win. We talked about it a little bit in that video. But most of these are funeral pamphlets from the actual funerals of these people. Pretty crazy. Robert Byrd. Geraldine Ferraro. And a funeral pamphlet and a ticket to Kobe and Gigi Bryant's celebration of life at the Staples Center. Wow. Still hurts.
Undertaker and
Jim Henson.
yeah. Oh, I was saying, right compared to.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah, I can see that. There's funeral pamphlets, some patches from astronauts that have passed on, including all the ones from the Challenger disaster. Such a horrific story. The 27 Club, all the very popular artists that passed away at 27 years of age. There's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was so popular when it came out that a casket company sort of recreated the glass casket and put it on display and brought it to conventions and shows and stuff. Hiking boots that Robin Williams wore, you know, Wild Wild West, Hindenburg disaster, Billy Graham, Steve Jobs, a bunch of newspaper clippings and articles, celebrities have passed on. Oh, here it is, Steve-O, piece of our childhood right here. Look at that.
Oh man,
The Ponderosa.
you talking Bonanza?
When we were kids, we used to go here. It was like a mini theme park based around the Bonanza TV show called Ponderosa, right next to Lake Tahoe. And we had some great times getting some sarsaparilla at the little saloon. You know?
Thing to know, they show it there. The park was actually up near on the north side, close to where it is on the map.
This is north is this way. So it's kind of right, but it wasn't nearly that big. It was like a little dot right here. He lives in Carson City now. And Virginia City, I will definitely do videos there eventually. I just care too much, so I keep putting it off. Because I'm like, I want to do it right.
Didn't realize that they had a north and messed up.
You can take a selfie with Marilyn Monroe's crypt. Not the real one, she's not actually back here, I promise you. That'd be kind of cool though, if she was.
I actually saw the real one in West Hollywood. You can go in, but you could back then, and you can see Marilyn Monroe's crypt. I think a guy was rich and got the one right next to it and was like, oh, I gotta get that. But it's weird just going in. She's just entombed there. You can also see some other famous people in that crypt area. It's either one.
Crazy story I'll tell someday, but Michael Jackson actually bumped into me one time, like rude, like bumped into me. He didn't say sorry. I'll tell that someday, maybe on a Patreon exclusive episode or something. The embalming machine used to embalm the body of Harry S. Truman. Dude, I love the old wagon hearses. Yeah, these old wagon hearses like this are my favorite. A lot of museums have stuff like this. I love seeing them. These carriages always remind me of the hearse that's outside the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, which was always rumored to be the actual hearse that carried Brigham Young, but I think that's been debunked. But I still want to believe it.